And I appreciate that people go through phases. We all go through different phases in our lives. Phases when we're happier, phases when we're not as happy. I read a piece that you did several years ago with Donald McRae in The Guardian.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll remember it probably referred back to you a lot when you do these kind of things, but where you were clearly not in a great place at the time you did that, and you were talking about how sometimes you wanted to get in a car and drive it into a wall, and that you were you went through very much highs and lows. Is that still the case? Do you still have those moments, or are you in a happier place now than you were then?
Yes, I still have those moments, but I've learned to channel it.
Right.
I've figured out a solution for me to survive in life and go on and live until I'm going to die, basically.
Yeah.
The place I was in before, I'm no longer there because I've channeled it with God.
Right.
Every time I stray away from the Lord's word, I find emptiness and darkness.
Right.
Which is obviously because if I'm in a dark world, which the world is very evil out there, and people may think I'm a lunatic or whatever, a Bible basher or an insane lunatic, right? But it's very, very true. And if you believe in the word, then you believe what I'm saying. We're living in an evil world. The devil is very strong at the minute. Very strong. And I believe the end is near.
Right.
The Bible tells me the end is near. The world tells me the end is near.
Yeah.
Just a little short few years, I reckon, away from being finished.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
And when you say the world tells you the end is near, you mean the way we're abusing the planet and that kind of thing?
Not just abusing the planet, the wars in the Middle East, the famines, the earthquakes, the natural disasters. All these things are talked about 2,000 years ago, before they even happened.
Yeah.
Prophesized.
Yeah.
So now it's all coming true.
Yeah.
It says there will be a time when men lay with men, women lay with women, and that's accepted.
Yeah.
And it was only in 1967 when these things were okay. Abortions, being homosexual in public.
Yeah.
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 So from 1967 until now, there's only 3 things that need to be accomplished before the devil comes home. One of them's homosexuality being legal in countries. One of them's abortion. The other one's paedophilia.
Right.
So who would have thought in the 50s and early 60s that those first 2 would be legalised?
Yeah.
When I say paedophiles can be made legal, that sounds like crazy talk, doesn't it? But back in the 50s and early 60s, for them first 2 to be made legal would have been looked at as a crazy man again.
It would, yeah.
But it's been... If I would have told you 120 years ago that a 1,000-ton aeroplane's going to float through the sky, a piece of steel, ludicrous.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when Christopher Columbus said the world was round, he's an idiot.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, all these things that happen in the world, wise men already know they're going to happen, and they see what they really are.
Yeah.
Foolish people follow the system, get caught up in media, news, what they want, what the government want you to believe in the world, and all the higher powers want you to believe and want you to be in the system, want you to just go down the same path as like all the sheep in the cattle market.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of people, I'm telling you something I'm sure you already know, but, and probably as you've already said, you probably don't care. A lot of people will be uncomfortable with that kind of view of homosexuality, and as though that it's something wrong or...
Well, to be honest, this is a free world we live in,
Yeah.
And an evil world. So, for me, people can say, "Oh, you're against abortions, and you're against paedophilia, you're against homosexuality, you're against whatever."
Yeah.
But my faith and my culture is all based on the Bible.
Right.
Right. The Bible was written a long time ago, wasn't it? From the beginning of the time until now.
Yeah.
So if I follow that, and if that tells me it's wrong, then it's wrong for me.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
How many people have different opinions in this world? Every different person has a different opinion of what that bottle really is.
Yeah.
Or what colour it is or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no matter if I say that bottle's clear, there'll be someone out there telling me that bottle's green or blue or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just their opinion and my opinion.
Yeah.
What my opinion is, I follow what the Lord says. I try to.
Yeah.
And what opinions of people out there who's doing what they're doing is they're following what they want to do.
Of course. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
They're living for the self. I'm trying to live for God.